Welcome to Lady Amour Vlog. We will be baking the Jamaican black fruit cake. In our previous episode, we put our fruits to stew and soak in red wine and rum. And now we'll use those fruits to bake our rich Jamaican Christmas fruit cake. Let's begin with the eggs. Okay, now that we have our eggs cracked and the eyes removed, I'm going to go ahead now and whisk the eggs just a little bit. I will go ahead now and add the juice of half of a lime to the eggs. This will cut down on the rawness. Be careful with the rind and the juice. That should be sufficient juice. And we're adding now a little bit of rind. So I would say the rind of about a half of a lime. As you can see, I did not grate all of the lime. I only grated a half of this lime. Right now, we don't have oranges in season, so I decided to go with the lime juice instead. Back then, we creamed our sugar and butter using a wooden spoon. We were so excited about the Christmas and baking the cake that we did not mind. Even when our hand got tired, we would keep stirring and stirring until that butter and sugar was completely creamed. We're going to go ahead now and combine our liquid ingredients. So here we have 6 cups of blended fruits, and to the fruits I'm going to go ahead and add a few drops of almond essence, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and 2 teaspoons of mixed spice. And we're going to mix this together. We have molasses and we have browning, but we're going to save those for later, and we'll add that into the batter when we're mixing it, because we're trying to achieve a certain color. So that will, by putting it into the batter, we can gauge how much we really need to put in there. Now we'll go ahead and add our dry ingredients to the flour. We're putting in salt, baking powder, cinnamon powder, nutmeg, and cloves. And now we'll combine these ingredients very well. I like my cake to have a little bit of texture, so I'm going to add a handful of raisins to my flour. One moment. Now this is totally optional and strictly my style. I like to have a little bit of texture in my cake, so I like to add about a 1/4 cup of raisins. Why am I adding the raisins to the dry flour? When you add the raisins to the flour, it prevents the raisins from sinking to the bottom of your cake. Okay, so there we have it. Dry ingredients are now combined. What we have here now is the egg, sugar, and butter. The butter and sugar was first creamed, and then the egg was added. So here we have our flour mixed with the other dry ingredients, and we're going to fold it in a little bit at a time into our liquids. So here we go, and we're using the cut and fold method. So we're stirring and cutting, stirring and cutting, stirring and cutting. until all of our flour is combined. Stay tuned. Brushing your cake with wine will give that glossy look. Coming up in the next episode, we will get our cakes dressed in some beautiful royal icing. Thank you for tuning in. Remember now to subscribe to Lady Amour Vlog. Have a blessed day.